नमस्कार, मैं अंजलि गुप्ता। आप देख रहे हैं नेशन लाइव। जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि नेशन लाइव की ड्राइव चल रही है नो योर स्कूल। इसी कड़ी को आगे बढ़ाते हुए इस वक्त हम मौजूद हैं सलवान पब्लिक स्कूल में। यहाँ पर हम बात करेंगे यहाँ के प्रिंसिपल प्रियंका बराला जी से और जानेंगे उनकी राय शिक्षा के ऊपर, जानेंगे उनके विचार स्कूल के बारे में। आइए मैम से बात करते हैं। वेलकम।
थैंक यू।
मैम, सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन मैं आपसे लेना चाहूँगी कि सलवान पब्लिक स्कूल की इस्टेब्लिशमेंट कब हुई थी और इसके पीछे का आइडिएशन क्या था?
Salwan Public School was founded by Pandit Shri Girdhali Lal Salwan ji. He started a school in Peshawar in 1941, and when the partition happened, he felt that there is a strong need to provide quality education in the country. The country had gone through such a huge turmoil. So the first school that was set up by him was a government aided school for boys, and that was in 1948. After that, a girls' school was established. This particular school, Salwan Public School, was established in 1953.
So, ma'am, you've been telling me about this journey, and I'm feeling that you definitely very much, have this background of everything. So, with that, I would like to ask about your journey of, when you came in the school and when you started your journey. How was it, and till date, how is it going?
Well, I joined this school during lockdown. In 2021, I joined this school, and before that, it was the principal at the school was Dr. Indu Khetarpal, a national award winner, and also an honorable trustee of this school. So when I took up this school, I could not meet most of the students and the staff physically, but the connect we made even virtually was so strong and so effective that it didn't feel that I'm an outsider. The school actually, I became a part of this entire system very quickly, and this is mainly because of the policies that the school has been laid down, the foundation that it's been laid down upon, and we've come a long way in seeing what the children have gone through while during the pandemic and how they are adjusting to a scenario where they are now physically attending the school. So it's been a beautiful journey with Salwan.
Right. So, ma'am, you were talking that when you joined, it was this whole COVID era. After that, ma'am, when you came, like physically, and what was the difference that you found? Because of course, there was this physical study which was going on before COVID, and after COVID, it was a whole different era. So, just describe us about it.
The biggest challenge was getting children to come to school on a regular basis. It's human nature that you tend to fall into a comfort, right? They were studying online. The school used to begin at 7:38 in the morning, but then they still had the convenience of not getting ready or not being having to rush to school at a particular time. So that regularity took a while to come into, but now all our children have very well assimilated. Rather, I would say 70% children were happy to come back. But then there was a transition that they had to go through. There were children who were in primary classes when lockdown happened, and when the lockdown got over, they had already entered middle school.
Of course.
So they had no idea what kind of a transition happens.
Yes.
So we had to help them go through that transition. There were children who had taken admission in 2020 in kindergarten and nursery, and then when they entered school, they were in grade 1. So a different set of teachers altogether, but our teachers, our team here did a lot of hand holding in ensuring that the children assimilate well, and whatever gaps were there were learning gaps, because there were children who could not get devices well in time, who could not join devices. There were issues in families, children lost some relatives, close relatives. All these things caused learning gaps. So, but our team of teachers was very well equipped to help them overcome all these learning gaps, and they did it very well.
Right. So, ma'am, you're saying that the teachers, they were there for them. So, I want to ask that what were the facilities you were able to provide after them joining the school, because there was definitely a gap of moral and or learning skills for the primary, for the toddlers I'm talking about. So, how were the teachers able to cope up with them?
Teachers, see, our teachers, while we were teaching online, at the same time, teachers received a lot of trainings during that period. One, on handling during online, and also how to help in the process of assimilation, because you need to first understand where is the gap, what is, and there were emotional gaps too. Our counselor has been working round the clock to ensure that children are emotionally stable, because just to bridge that gap we first need to understand where the child is emotionally and mentally.
Right.
So we conducted a lot of workshops, we conducted a lot of sessions with our students and teachers both for their mental and physical well-being, and that is how we parallelly addressed their academic gaps.
Right. So, ma'am, after doing this whole process, joining with the students, giving all the attention they need and everything, do you find the difference, in them by, studies, by them improving or not improving? Are they still lacking somewhere?
See, education is an ongoing process. Nothing is ever perfect. So we as a team are constantly looking for gaps and filling them. Right? One child, and we feel that it is progress if a child is moving from point A to point B. Right? And that is the mechanism we've developed with our teachers as well, so that they can very confidently identify, convey and ensure that the progression is constant. It doesn't
Right.
stop.
Right. So, ma'am, now that NEP is there and it is all talking about the practical knowledge of the students, so how is Salwan Public School giving the students that practical?
A lot of stress on experiential learning. Right? And when we say experiential learning, it means allowing the children to experience what we are talking about. Right? And this experience can happen in a number of ways. We create simulations in the school, in the classroom when we are trying to teach something. Our laboratories are very well equipped with the latest equipment, so that wherever a hands-on experience is required, we are able to give them. We have a wonderful robotics club in the school. Again, whatever brings children close to a hands-on experience, we adopt that in our classrooms, and sometimes even outside the classroom. So NEP talks a lot about preparing the child for life and not for an exam, and that is exactly what our motto is. Each of our teachers works towards that motto, that it's not the exam that we need to prepare for, but where and how will my child be able to apply when something that is taught in the class has to be used.
Right. Since, ma'am, COVID and this is the whole time we are totally dependent on technology and everything. So how is Salwan Public School helping these students just to come out of this technology, or maybe just to make use of it only as much as is needed?
See, for example, the dependence on mobile phones is definitely increased. Even for parents, working parents are there. They send their children, they need to know the updates on their child. So we create a no mobile zone within the school. There are children who need some assistance while they are travelling back or travelling to the school, who are not using the school transport. So their mobile phones are safely deposited at the school. Right? So we ensure that there is, and we help children create their own timetables at home, so that they have a certain time period where they are working gadget free, and we encourage independent learning. Our teachers are constantly helping our children focus on independent learning. We've had a number of remedial sessions for children who needed huge gaps to be filled, and they are being taken after 2 o'clock when the school goes off. Our teachers stay back and these children study with the teachers. And this remedial action is being taken right from primary classes. It's not just that we are focusing on a senior class, because a gap has to be addressed at the right time. If there is a certain level that the child has to receive at grade 3, we ensure that before he moves to grade 4, that those gaps are reduced to a minimum. So similarly, keeping them tech free, we are constantly having workshops also for both parents and children, helping them create plans so that children are able to make the right choice. We constantly emphasize and tell this to our children, that your life is an outcome of the choices you make, and we guide them how to make right choices. We respect the choice they make and help them move toward a choice that will enhance and build upon their personality and character.
Yes. One very last question that I would like to ask is that you talked about parents and the counseling session with them. So, today's generation is really totally, say, dependent on parents, that parents can understand them as well as possible, right? So, in the school level, if I talk about, they are totally too much into pressure with their exams and studies. And then if I talk about the teenage, generation, they are totally depressed with some other stuff and things. So how a school and parents are, totally handling those kind of problems with the students?
See,
Because
bringing up a child is a collaborative process.
yes,
As they say, it takes a village to raise a child.
yes,
So, we constantly emphasize on a seamless communication between the school and the parent.
yes,
So, we conduct a number of surveys to understand the needs of the parents as to what is it that what kind of support they want from the school to help the child at home.
yes,
Once we are able to identify that need, we conduct workshops, we bring in experts to talk to the parents and help them create an environment at home which supports learning in a manner that is encouraged at school also.
थैंक यू सो मच मैम फॉर टॉकिंग विद अस।
Thank you.
तो ये थी प्रियंका बराड़ा, प्रिंसिपल सलवान पब्लिक स्कूल। इन्होंने हमारे साथ साझा किया अपने विचार शिक्षा के ऊपर, स्कूल की प्रोसेस के ऊपर, बच्चों के साथ कैसे इनके रिलेशन है उसके बारे में। ऐसे ही और वीडियोस नेशन लाइव आप तक लेकर आता रहेगा, उन्हें देखने के लिए बने रहें हमारे साथ। धन्यवाद।